All right, I'm back for Dusty S's ongoing coverage of Fragadelphia X Tap 2. I'm catching up with Austin following the team's elimination yesterday while he's playing with the TSM 2.0 mixed team. So to start, obviously it's somewhat of a hastily thrown together roster with two players from TSM Impact, two lower level players, and you from Mythic. Despite that, you still managed to, I believe, finish top 16. How do you feel about the team's overall run, despite being a pure max?
I think we did pretty good. We brought one of my friends out of retirement to come play, and it was just mostly just to get some more LAN experience because I still want to compete a lot, and Mythic's not really going into a lot of events, so I just come out here to hang out with my friends and to try to get more reps for myself.
And is it good to get more practice on LAN? Obviously, you said Mythic never goes to LAN, so is it important to get these LAN reps in here where you might not get them with your regular team?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's always the chance that one day we might qualify for something, and I want to be able to play on LAN or at least be used to it.
Now, of course, since we last talked to you at the first Frag Tap event, you moved from Wicked, which you described as sort of a pseudo Mythic lineup, into the real Mythic. So, what's it been like joining up with those Mythic guys? The stream team, the ECL team, etc.
I mean, I really enjoy playing with them, but it's been very jarring going from a team that's taken the game like more competitively to a team that's a little bit more casual. I'm having a very hard time adjusting into that level of play, and so much so, I mean, you can see very clearly that we haven't done very well. But it's been enjoyable so far, and I don't think I have any regrets about playing with them.
And you mentioned last time, your focus on you is squarely in the realm of streaming and building up your brand as a content creator, etc. What has it done for you to have joined that Mythic squad and sort of been able to get those eyeballs from Flom's flock looking at your content now?
I think it's been really good. It's helped me quite a bit in terms of like stream growth or like content growth, and I don't know. I think it's done a lot for me. It was definitely a nice push where YouTube was kind of stagnating a little bit, and I think that getting some more attention from the bigger streamers on me has been very helpful.
Now, you mentioned, unfortunately, the competitive side of things haven't been going super well for Mythic, with the team, I believe, facing a direct demotion to advance after a fairly rocky season. Why do you think that this squad has struggled so much? Because traditionally, they're the gatekeepers of ECL.
Well, first of all, I think it's mostly because the level of NA has actually risen to the point where we can finally be taken out. The gate has not been kept anymore. But also, it's just like everybody has different goals with Counter Strike. A lot of my teammates are playing more casually, or they're just playing for fun, and it's just very mixed right now. So, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Last time we saw Mythic get demoted into Advance, the team actually did take I believe, a season off before coming back and winning the division. Has there been any discussion within Mythic if you guys are going to just keep playing Advance, treat it like you would with ECL with the streams and all that?
Yeah, so we already talked about this, and we've had a few discussions about it, but we're not making any changes, and we're going to play Advanced. Unfortunately, we will have to wait out an entire season of Advanced before we can play again, but I'm kind of looking forward to having a few months off, because for a while there, we were back-to-back-to-back-to-back nights with matches, and I'm okay with taking a little bit more of a chill season. But with that being said, they did say that for this season, our goal is 100% to win, because we want to be back in ECL.
With that, what are your sort of short-term and long-term goals as we approach the end of the year? Of course, you said you're going to have to. I think with it being right now, you're just going to be one more advanced season before the end of 2024. But other than that, what are your long-term and short-term goals as a player, content creator, etc.?
It's still hard to say because I've kind of put my hand in a lot of baskets right now in terms of things that I want to do. But I think my short-term goals is just to continue growing my stream and continue improving as a player. And for long-term goals, I think I can still see myself playing on a mid to high tier level ECL team. But that's just a really long-term goal. 4 or 5 years from now, hopefully I can say I've done it.
So I guess it asks an important question about what you want to do with your future because, for what it's worth, being on Mythic means you kind of commit to being a content creator first and a player second, whereas it sounds like you want to be a player first, a content creator second. So does it give you pause for thought about what you're going to do next year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the entire reason that I even started doing content to begin with was because in NA nobody gets paid salaries. So I was told to just be a streamer, try to get some income so that you can grind. And then, of course, the stream started doing really well. YouTube did really well, and now I'm known for that instead of being as a player. I've always been a player first, content creator second, and I still don't think that that's going to change. But this next year is going to be very telling with what I do with the rest of my career.
And especially with the circuit moving to VRS next year, which is going to be all these open invites. I don't think there's going to be a lot of spots delegated to the team like Mythic unless they perform on the server. Does that if things don't necessarily pan out, you don't win advance. Are we going to be looking at maybe trying to find a new home, somewhere where you can restart from the beginning and try to compete again like you did on Wicked?
It's way too early to say that, but I don't know. I think that if things got worse, or if Mythic ended up going, if we ended up disbanding, or if people left and things just went differently, 100% I could see myself making another team or starting somewhere else, but that's not in the plans right now.
So, as the year is quickly approaching its conclusion, thinking back to where you started at the start of 2024, how do you feel about how you've made use of your time in 2025 as a player and content creator? Are you proud of the work you've done this year?
Yeah, 100%. This has easily been the best year that I've ever had, including as a player. I mean, we did some pretty good runs with Wicked at the RMR. We also won main this year. And then, of course, moving over to Mythic, even though we didn't do that well as a team, I think it was great for the content growth and just like meeting a lot of new people. It's been very good for me. And yeah, I'm very excited for next year.
And now, one more thing before I let you go. Something that was a lightning rod in our last interview was your statement, of course, but how you believe CS2, even back then in March, was in a better place than CS:GO. Do you stand by that statement now with 7 more months of development time? Are we still bullish on the future of CS2?
100%. I feel like it's still very clear to me, especially playing at LAN, that CS2 is just a much better game, way more fun to play, and very responsive. These last 6 months of updates have made the game just a lot smoother. I personally enjoyed it a lot more. I might have been on a little bit of cope in March when I told you that the first time, but now that everything has settled down and the game has gotten a lot of stability improvements as well as just like some quality of life improvements, I really do believe that CS2 is still better than CSGO.
All right, so that is Austin CS playing with TSM 2.0 here, regularly found with Mythic. Where can we find you online?
It depends. You can find me anywhere at twitch.tv/AustinCS_, or you can just look me up on YouTube at AustinCS.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll let you get back to the streamer grind.